again today, and we're going to look at listing a bit more. But I will review what we said yesterday because there's a few important points. But we're going to focus on listing today, and I want you guys to write some sentences for me. Okay? Can everyone see this here? Does everyone see this?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Naz, we'll start with you if it's okay. We're going to do a review. All right.
Sure.
So guys, we'll start with a review. Then we'll go into types of listing. Then you guys will be practicing. So in terms of a review, let's go from the beginning. What is summarizing, Naz?
It's kind of main idea. If there are many information, we need to get the main idea and make it short and concise.
So let's just say lots of information. You make lots of information. See, main idea is only one way. There's many ways, Naz.
Yeah.
So to make lots of information, guys, shorter. That's a good definition. And what does shorter mean?
Concise.
Or I should say, what does concise mean? It means shorter. Okay, now this is a very important point. I didn't talk about this yesterday, and I should have done. Priyanka, could you say hello?
Hi, Alain.
Priyanka, is it always good to summarize in OET?
It's depend.
Yeah, what does it depend on?
I think tasks.
On what?
On
Sorry?
the tasks.
The task.
And yeah.
On the task and? Can anyone help her?
The person,
the reader and patient relationship.
Right. So sometimes, you can summarize, you can make it short, and that's very bad. Okay, so be careful. It's not always good to summarize. We're only summarizing really when detail is not needed, right?
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
For the task and for the reader, right? Maybe the task does not need the detail. Maybe the reader does not need the detail. Does anyone remember last week? Ada, do you remember last week case notes? Was it Rachel Brown? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I actually don't remember.
Last week we studied, we wrote an OET letter, and it was Rachel Brown, and we summarized the
Timeline paragraph.
Well, we summarized the hospital visit. Naz, why did we summarize the hospital visit?
Because many things happened, but she was about to getting healing because of the situation condition. So we don't need to mention every detail. So it's much better what we need to get and what is appropriate. We need to decide what we need or which one is appropriate. We don't have to put all details in.
I like this answer. Can we be more specific, though? What does anyone remember last week? The task of the reader, Rachel Brown task, maybe not, but it's okay. Can anyone remember what was the task last week?
Wound management.
It was like management of the wound, wasn't it? Wound management. Okay, fantastic. Who said that?
Is it discharge later?
Brilliant. And who was the reader? Who was the
Community
nurse.
It was a community nurse. So we summarized the treatment because the nurse did not need the details for her management, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the idea. It's always think, okay, what does this person need? Who are they? What do they need? If they don't need this, you can summarize it. Let me give you an example. Okay, you are writing to someone with and telling them to make a pizza. Okay, you're writing to someone and telling them to make a pizza. Okay, do I need to summarize or not?
No. You have to give the
It
recipe.
Depends.
Right?
It depends, yeah.
If I'm writing to a chef, do I need to? Can I summarize?
No.
Yes.
Yes. I just say
Yes.
make a pizza. He's a chef. He can make a pizza. What if I'm writing to a child?
You have to give them detail.
No, you have to put all details.
Get some bread, get some tomato, put it on the bread, right? So it's very simple, really. But I want to stress this because Summarizing is not always good, okay? Only in the right time. Now, why is it important in OET writing? Why do we need to summarize sometimes? We need it because
we have limited time.
yeah, of limited time. And also, OET will reward us.
For the conciseness.
Yeah, for good summarizing. So if you do it at the right time, for the right task, right, the right reader, you can score. You can score more high, okay? Now, how do we do it? Do you guys remember the ways? Let's test.
Look for the main idea.
Let me speak to Ozan. Ozan, did you see previous classes, Ozan?
No, I can't see.
You can watch them on the video, okay? So yesterday we already spoke about this. So if it feels like I'm going quickly, it's because yesterday we already studied it, okay? Now, Ozan, you can help me. You know summarizing, right?
Yeah, Alain.
How do we do it? How do we summarize? Any ideas?
If you give me any paragraph, I can summarize it.
Yeah. One way, Ozan, is main.
Idea.
Can you guess?
Main idea.
In idea.
Okay. So, for example, Ozan, you might say, you know, she has, you know, what did I say yesterday? She has watery eyes, and she has bloodshot eyes, and her eyes are hurting. Ozan, can you think of what's the main idea of that? What's the go on?
She's upset. Main idea.
I don't mind that. Okay, she is upset. Now, can you be a bit more specific? She is upset, but I'm thinking, Ozan, what is all the symptoms are the same, right? Why are all the symptoms the same? Ozan, she has the same
eyes.
So what can you say? She has eye.
She's eye.
She has eye. Ozan, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing, definitely.
So what's a word? What's a word for a bad thing for eyes? Main idea word.
She has eye probably.
Problems.
Problems, right?
Problems.
Yeah. So you can just say problems. You don't need to say everything.
Yeah.
Right. That's the idea. But Ozan, only in the right time. Guys, if I'm writing to an ophthalmologist, is this a good summarizing?
Yes.
No.
We need to,
They need to know details.
Yeah, we need to know the task as well. So what is what is the special? What does that mean, guys? Ophthalmologist. What is
Eye
that?
specialist.
specialist.
And let's say the reader is an ophthalmologist, and the task is to diagnose the problem. Is it a good summary now? Is this good? She has
No. You have to give some details.
You would need to give the details, of course, right? But let's say we're writing to a nurse and she is monitoring mobility or helping with mobility. Do I need to give all the details now?
No.
Maybe not. Just to be clearer, you could say, just to make it clearer, maybe I'm writing to a nurse who will give medication. Okay, you can say she has eye problems, but you don't need to give all the details. So that's the idea here. Okay. Another way to summarize. Does anyone here remember another way to summarize? One way, the main idea.
Referencing.
Referencing. Give me an example. Who said that? Referencing.
Referencing is something like we use the subject and refer the subject as the pronouns.
Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? I realized recently that this is referencing. Look at this. She was admitted with the aforementioned condition. What is that? What does that mean,
Referencing
guys?
Referencing the previous
the
diagram.
previous idea.
You are referencing the previous idea, okay? Does that make sense, guys? So you can write less by referencing previous. What does reference mean, guys?
Referring.
Referring, what does referring mean? Anyone?
Referring is directing to the previous one.
Yeah. Anyone else? What does this mean, refer? Refer.
Back to the previous idea.
Back to. That's a good one. I like that. Or I was thinking point to. Point to, right? That one over there. So we say this is very famous referencing in OET. If you already said the condition, right? You already said condition. What about, have you guys ever heard the term accordingly?
Yes.
So Pew, give me an example of accordingly.
She was treated accordingly.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like appropriately and like as she needed.
So this means
In the usual way.
in the usual way. So that's a kind of referencing, I suppose. Okay. Okay. Any other ways to summarize? We have
Noun listing,
give the main idea. We have listing.
Avoiding repetition.
verb
Listing.
listing, and noun listing.
We're going to study that today. And Ozan, this is just a review. When we start, I'll make sure you understand, okay? Is there another way one more way?
Elision.
Avoiding repetition.
Well, remember, elision.
Elision.
So elision is like this, Mr. Green had surgery and then, how about this? Mr. Green did some exercise, but the exercise, trying to think of a good example. I'll just do an example with movies. I went to the movies, but my girlfriend did not go to the movies. Okay. This is a simple example, okay? But what is elision? Akua, what is elision? I went to
Please, do you want the definition or including this one? It's for example, what you just said that I went to the movies, but the girlfriend did not go to the movies. The movies is being repeated.
Yeah. So usually what would we say normally, guys? Normally we just say, I went to the movies, but my girlfriend did not.
Didn't.
Right? Or didn't even, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this is elision. It's like removing, when the reader will know, we sometimes remove, okay, when the reader will know. We're not studying that today. Maybe in future, guys, future classes, 2 weeks' time, we can look at these things. Probably this one is the most important. Okay, but today, what are we focusing on today?
Listing.
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 And Ozan, do you know what listing is?
I have no idea about it.
Ozan, from the beginning, it's very easy, okay? You can do this. So, Jello, can you tell us what is listing?
Yeah, sir. Like summarizing ideas
Okay,
into
so-
one sentences,
Okay. So you put how many ideas?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 ideas into one sentence. Ozan, example. Can you read the example here for us, sir?
Okay. I bought apples, fish, and chips and a drink.
Make this more simple as well today. This is a list, guys, right? This is a list. Now, a few questions. How many things should be in a list? How many things should be in a list?
3 or 4.
3
Three
or
or
better.
Or 4.
Can I have 2? Can I have 2 things?
Yes.
Yes.
But
not
it's
a
not
list.
listing then.
Yeah, it's not a list. A list needs 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. 2 is different grammar. Okay, so we need 3 things. Ada, what's this called?
Oxford comma.
This is called the Oxford comma. So Enes, do you know what that means? Oxford comma?
Yeah, it's optional. We can use with and. I guess that's it. That's
Yeah.
to remember, I think.
Yeah, some people just say no, don't need it. Okay, some people like it. Okay. Why do we use the Oxford comma? Because sometimes you want to say this, fish and chips. Now it's a good comma. Why is it good now?
We have
Because-
to end.
We have 2 items in
And, right?
Yeah.
So
Because
that's-
fish and chips is a one idea in that sentence.
yeah, this is one thing. So does that make sense, Ada? I didn't understand what you were doing yesterday. Because yesterday you were trying this, but it didn't make sense. Are you happy?
Yes, I was struggling with it yesterday.
But you know it now, yeah? You're happy now?
Yes, thank you.
Because you'll be writing some sentences today and we can see. Okay, any questions so far? Is this clear? So you put 3 or 4 ideas into one sentence. Okay, well, why, Ozan? I'm sorry I'm picking on you, but I want to get to know you a bit better, Ozan, okay? So,
Okay.
why do nurses often make mistakes with this? Why? Any ideas why?
About listing?
Yeah, when they're in OET, when they're trying to do a list, they will make a mistake. Any ideas why?
Maybe there are several reasons for this, but I don't know specifically what they are.
I agree. There's lots of reasons. I agree. One of the most important ones is, Ozan, they don't know the rules. Okay, there are some rules for listing, and you don't study this in school, right? No one learns listing grammar in school, but I will teach you. I will teach you. Okay, does that make sense, Ozan?
Makes sense.
So the rules, in fact, these guys can teach you, actually. Let's ask, put your hand up if you can tell me what is noun listing. Tasnim, what is noun listing?
Yeah. Rule number 1 is all the items. If we listing nouns, all the items should be in the noun form.
Okay, so there's noun listing. Guys, there's different types, right? There is different types. Type 1, we call it noun listing. And let's just look at this here. So I agree with what you say. Very nice. We did this yesterday, didn't we, guys? Yesterday.
Yes. Yeah.
So Manju, can you say hello? Tara, can you say hello?
Oh.
Okay. Tara, where are the nouns? Where are the nouns in this sentence?
Tiredness,
Tiredness,
vomiting,
dizziness, tiredness, vomiting.
broken leg.
Yeah. So let me just make this, let's make this more simple. Let's just have 3, okay? Does everyone agree that these are all nouns?
Yes.
Yes.
So Ozan, also, who else has joined my class recently? Who joined us recently? The brain's not working today.
Me.
Yeah,
Enes.
Enes, right? Is this a noun? Dizzy. Is that a noun?
This is verb. Dizziness is noun, right?
It's not a verb, but it's not a noun either. What is it? Can anyone help him? Can anyone help him?
Adjective.
Adjective.
Adjective. Okay. Now, this is not permitted in listing. Okay, so this is what she said. Was it Tasnim? This is what you said, yeah?
Yes.
Rule 1, all items must be nouns or ing.
Hmm.
Okay. If I say dizzy, it sounds really bad. Okay. Because this is noun listing and we must always do nouns. Okay. Or ing can be noun. All right. Now, Ada, can you explain rule 2? I gave you 2 rules yesterday.
Yes, other rule is, as I remember, the ideas should be in accordance with the verb. I mean, for
Yeah.
example,
Go
yeah,
on.
we can experience a dizziness, but there are some things that we cannot experience.
Okay. So, guys, is that clear? Look, the verb experience must match all the items. What do I mean by items? What does that mean, guys? Items.
The things we
All
listed.
symptoms.
Listing.
Right. So sometimes a nurse will say, like, this is what I said yesterday, and a broken leg. Okay. That's wrong because you don't experience a broken leg. Why not? Why not, guys? That verb does not fit. It's bad. Why not?
You can have a broken leg.
Broken leg is like very serious, painful thing. We don't say experience for that. We say he had a broken leg, right? So you got to always think about your verb. Let me show you a very simple example. Do you remember my simple example from yesterday? I ate. Remember that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think.
I ate
Yes, the drink example.
apple and drink.
You can say, I ate kebab, which I'm going to do later on because I'm on my mind now. I ate a kebab, some bread,
And a drink.
and yeah, orange juice. It's wrong, isn't it? You can all see it's wrong because you don't eat orange juice. What's the verb? What's the verb?
Eight.
For orange juice, it would be drink. Okay. Now, if you have this problem where the verb doesn't match, you could say here, I had a kebab. Right? Okay, so this is the main thing. Does anyone remember what did I say about with this verb problem? Ada, can you read this to us? Or Mary? Mariama? Mr. Green? What does this say?
The reported verb.
Yeah, now what's special about reported?
It fits with everything, I guess.
There you go. Yes, guys, it fits with all, with any possible thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that good? That's cool. So if you're in your exam and you're not sure, should I say have? Should I say experience? I'll just say reported. Usually the verbs for symptoms, guys, verbs is usually have or experience. Can you say suffer?
No, not a lot.
They don't like it, actually.
OET doesn't.
Yeah. For some reason, also the NMC in the UK.
Because it doesn't sound, it sounds unprofessional.
In some situations, it might sound unprofessional, but I'm not sure, to be honest, Ada. But guys, usually you're saying have or experience, have experience, have experience. But you cannot experience a broken leg. And there's many situations like that. But if you're not sure, say reported. Okay. So guys, this is noun listing. We did it yesterday. You have examples here. Look, Mr. Green experienced backache, 1, a mouth sore, 2, and a rash on his shoulder. Okay, so there's your example. Any questions? Maybe write it down. Use this in your exam, okay?
Alain,
Yes.
I have a question about my yesterday's Oxford comma. What if I change my sentence like this? Mr. Green had a mouth sore and a rash on his shoulder, a comma, and experienced backache.
So again, Mr. Green had a mouth sore and a rash on his shoulder, comma.
Comma, and experience headache. Okay.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying yesterday. No, you need to say, you need to delete that. Okay?
But we have two different verbs in that sentence. The listing it still works on that sentence, that kind of sentence.
Well, yeah, well, exactly. So, guys, look. Noun listing, you have this problem. It's annoying. Sometimes we want to change the verb. Ada, she wants to change the verb. But Ada, that is verb listing. You're talking about verb listing now. And that's what we will study now. We can study this now, okay? So look, here I'm listing nouns, dizziness, tiredness, broken leg, all nouns, okay? Let's say vomiting, okay? But I want to look at another example. And I'm going to ask Jello or Suksha. Can you say hello, Suksha?
Hello.
Jello, can you read that sentence? What does it say?
She experienced dizziness, the doctor and prescribed medication.
Okay, so is that correct?
No.
What do we need?
Maybe the doctor prescribed medication.
You could say that. I like that. But can I put a word here? Anyone help her? She experienced dizziness, something to the doctor, and we could say he prescribed medication.
Went to the doctor.
Went to. Okay, so what is happening here? It's very different, isn't it, from noun listing? Noun listing, we have how many verbs?
Only one.
Verb and three things. Yeah, one verb, three things. But here, we're changing the verb each time. Went to, experience is verb, went to is verb, prescribed is a verb. This one, I love this one. This is better than this one. Okay, guys, noun listing, we often use this for symptoms. Okay, but verb listing, we can use this for many things. Okay, you can tell a story with verb listing. You know what I mean? Like this. I got up, had breakfast, and went to work. It's like a story, isn't it? See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a narrative. This is my morning. Alan's morning. Right? Now, this is very useful in OET because what are we studying? We're studying summarizing, right? So this is one sentence, and I'm saying so many things. Does that make sense, guys? One sentence, but so many ideas. Okay. What are the rules? Are there any rules? Akua. Tasnim, Tara. Are there any rules? You want to say hello? Help me out? Anyone? Are there any rules? If I say this, is that correct?
No.
So the rule is
each item must be fit to the verb.
Must match.
I guess must match.
It must have a verb. Do I need to have also an object as well? Like a noun? Do I need a noun?
Yes.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, Ada. You could say, look, he was treated, spoken to, and discharged. Are there any nouns? No, it's just verbs. Okay. So the rule is each item must have a verb. Doesn't necessarily need a noun. That's it. That's my rule. Does this make sense, everyone? Is this clear?
Yes.
And it's so good, Ada,